Welcome to Universal Studios LA. I can't wait to take you guys around and show you everything you need to have the best time when you next visit. Guys, so I'm taking you guys with me today at Universal Studios. For most of the video, I'm going to be using a voiceover because it's too loud and busy in here. Okay, so first things first, I highly recommend that you get your tickets online in advance before coming to Universal Studios. This is going to save you a lot of time making the queue at the ticket lines upon arrival. I also recommend you come as early as possible. We're here by 9 a.m. Then make sure you carry a bag that is easy to open, and if you have a water bottle, make sure it's empty, at least until you get through security. So most of the fun rides are the lower lot, so when you come early, make sure you just go straight to the lower lot and you knock those out of the way, then you can do the other rides much later. So some of the fun rides I really loved at the lower lot are the Transformer ride, the Jurassic Park, the Mummy, and then yes, I also really like the water show and then the studio tour. When it comes to souvenirs, make sure you set a budget. Otherwise, you're going to be overwhelmed and you end up buying things that you don't even need, because after every ride, on your exit, there's a souvenir store that is attached to that theme park, right? So there will be like mugs, t-shirts, toys, and everything that is themed according to that park. So you'll end up just buying as many things as possible. So when it comes to navigating the park, because the park is so huge, this park is built on over 400 acres. So for starters, make sure you have comfortable shoes because there's a lot of walking involved, too much walking. So the easiest way for you to navigate the place is to download the Universal app. I think I'll leave a link to it in the description box. Also, the Universal app is not just for navigation. Using the app, you can also be able to see the live wait times at the different rides, at least before you get there, so that you can plan better. Then you're also going to be able to do the mobile food ordering through the app. You can also be able to best enjoy the character meet and greets because you can see where in the theme park these are taking place. Then you can also set the ride alert so that you're able to be notified whenever you know a ride is available and all that fun stuff, right? So when it comes to food and drinks, one thing you should keep in mind is this is a tourist experience. I think the cheapest ticket is about $100, right? So that means you should expect everything here to be touristy. They're trying to sell you stuff because this is a once in a lifetime experience, at least for most people who are visiting from out of town. So when it comes to food and drinks, expect them to be a bit pricey. So just plan and carry as much money as possible because the foods are going to be a bit pricey, even if they're regular foods. We're able to have a burger and fries at the Mel's Diner. And also I recommend you either eat early or you eat much later to avoid the rush that happens around noontime, right? Now, let's talk about the express pass. So when you're buying your ticket, you'll be prompted whether to get this or not is going to depend on the time of the year that you're visiting Universal Studios, right? If you plan to visit during the summer, chances are high that it's going to be crowded. There's going to be very long wait times at the different parks before every ride. And so if you're able to, if you can afford it, I recommend you go ahead and get the express pass. So what this does is whenever you get to any ride place, you don't have to make the queue or the long wait times. You just go ahead and access the ride, finish it, and then go to the next thing, right? Yeah, but then if you know you have time and it's not that much of a pressing thing to you, then you can be able to just come without the express pass. But in that case, I recommend you come as early as possible. Just try and come as early as possible. Then some of the essentials that I recommend you bring along for you to have a good experience is number one, comfortable shoes. As I mentioned, the theme park is built on over 400 acres. There's a lot of walking here. So make sure your shoes are comfortable. Don't even bother with sandals or heels. I recommend actual sports shoes because there's too much walking. I easily clocked in around 20,000 steps when doing this excursion. So just to give you a heads up. Another thing I recommend you bring along is sunscreen so that you can keep reapplying it. Every maybe 3 hours or so, you can reapply your sunscreen, especially if you're coming in the summer because it's so hot. It was so hot. Then of course, bring along your sunglasses. I recommend you bring a portable fan as well. As I said, it's quite hot. And then a power bank if you're going to be like recording content and you need to keep on capturing moments, because you're not going to have the time to sit and try to charge in the different places that you're passing, right? Yeah, so in case you enjoyed the video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment telling me what is your favorite ride, which ones can't you wait to explore. Also, if you know someone who is planning a trip to California or someone who is going to visit LA pretty soon, please make sure you share the video. So one of the highlights is definitely the studio tour. You're able to see the behind the scenes experience that takes you through like over 100 years of like movie making history. Yeah, so you'll be able to hop onto a tram and explore real working sets where blockbuster films and TV shows like, of course, the War of the Worlds, The Good Place, The Fast and Furious, Bates Motel, and so many other movies where they were shot. So while having this tour, expect some fun surprises along the way, like getting caught in a flash flood, or let's say experiencing some kind of like earthquake, or even a run-in like with King Kong, like in 3D. There's so many fun stuff, and it's really an amazing experience. You'll be able to also drive through like the famous Bates Motel, as I said, from the cycle, and then see the massive airplane crash site from the War of the Worlds that was built using an actual Boeing 747. So this tour isn't just fun, it's cinematic history in motion, right? So whether you're a movie buff or just curious, this experience gives you like a rare look into the magic of Hollywood, all without leaving your seat. And sometimes you might get lucky and even see some movie stars during this tour. I know this is about my 4th time coming here, and I've seen a couple of movie stars the previous times I've come. So this time around, because I had family visiting from out of town and my cousin all the way from Uganda, so it was such an amazing experience to have like with friends and family. There is a narrator who is telling you like the different places where the different movies were shot, explaining to you. There's also a screen showing us like the different scenes and where they were shot like during the tour. Now, another thing to keep in mind here is because they are narrating, you have to pay attention, at least if you want to have a good experience. Also, one thing about the studio tour is you're able to see how they transform some of these places. Like they can transform a place to like some place in Alabama, they can transform the place to like Paris, or let's say to like London, to New York. They're able to set up and replicate these places. I'll keep quiet a bit and then you can hear some of the narration that is taking place by the narrator.
Like bubblegum shrimp, or you know what? I did see Amity Cafe up in the park. I would love to be able to check that out. Everyone, we're safe in the pyramid. Stay safe. I gotta call this in. Wait, that's my friend George. He's still in the water. George? I don't think you can hear me. George, get back to the boat. That shark is right there. George, you gotta move faster than that, because if you don't, that shark is gonna get you. And that's oh, he was one of my closest chums at my ride home. He's a brave man, he had a lot of guts. They're floating in front of you right now. Keep an eye on that white barrel at the end of the pier. We put some bait underneath there, so if it moves, oh no, there goes the barrel and the pier. Those are gas cans. This was a horrible idea. It's my fault. Sorry, CJ, bad idea. The thunder, loudspeaker, the strobe lights, and the lightnings on the building there. And with the flip of a switch, I can go ahead and make it rain. Let me turn it up so you can actually see it really good, okay? A little bit more. Ah, there you go. Now we use a very fancy and expensive system to do that. It's called a sprinkler system. But the sprinklers are pointed up, shoots water in the air, comes down and creates our storm. Then you add a little bit more lightning. Remember, it's just strobe lights in the buildings over there. Cue the thunder, boom, just like this. You can bring it on location, hook it up to a water source, just sprinkler to start filming. Well, that's way too much rain all at once, so you know what happens next, a flash flood. It's on its way, so heads up, if you're in a blue seat, you may get wet. Yes, they're all blue. And carpooling, you're not safe either, by the way. Let's see how far this thing comes down. Take it back up to the top and drop in the next tram. We do that more than 100 times a day for our guests. Lady Gaga in her music video Judas stands in the middle of flash flood, does her own stunt work. It was also used in Big Fat Liar starring Paul Giamatti. We leave old Mexico behind. We're entering our western sets called 6 Points. These were featured in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, directed by Quentin Tarantino. You'll recognize a lot of these facades, but there's a couple scenes in particular that I remember, one of my favorite films. I'll point out one of them. It's coming up over here on your left-hand side. It says Opera House. But the film, it was actually the saloon. And on one side of this front porch, Leonardo DiCaprio sits in his director's chair. The other side, Julia Butters. And they filmed the rest inside. It's a practical set. You can do that. When a western's being filmed out here, you really got to dress this area up. Notice how we're traveling on asphalt. That would look so bad if the camera captured that, so check this out. This is how my co-host Jimmy Fallon makes it the West. This is where the tram is right now, but look at the difference when you add the actors, the music, the props, and then you cover the asphalt with dirt. It literally becomes the Wild Wild West.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal lot.
I hear this where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their West.
I want to see you mount up and get out of town.
I'll see you again, pal.
Well, you can count on that. Again.
Sometimes you don't get a big budget, you can't afford to travel overseas, so we have an area in our back lot called Little Europe, and that's where we're headed to right now. But I'll be honest, it hasn't always been used as Europe. For several seasons, it was part of the good place. As we turn the corner here, that would be your orientation, high doozy. And then you got all chocolate everything right there behind on that facade.
Yeah, so generally speaking, Universal Studios is one of those places that you just have to check out when you come to LA, California. It's like, it's one of the must-do activities. The advantage is you just have to do it once and knock it out of the way. It's definitely a bucket list item. So when it comes to kids, I don't recommend you bring kids who are, let's say, maybe younger than 4. The kids that can come, I think, are the kids that can walk on their own.
Hello, my friends.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, my dear?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful because you asked. I appreciate your kindness. Thank you for asking. Where are you from?
We're from Uganda.
What? Oh my, shut the front door. You guys are all the way from Uganda?
Oh, they're from
Look
Uganda.
at this. That is where the world was created, my baby. That is
The
beautiful.
Pearl of Africa.
Yeah, oh, yes, absolutely. Africa. I want to go. I'm too scared, though. I'm too scared. My buddy Alex, who's a lion, who's out from Madagascar, he was wanting to take me, but you know what? I don't trust him. I'd rather have people like you take me. Would you guys be willing to take me over there with you?
Oh, yeah.
Show me around? Yeah, I like that. Hey, Shrek, we going to Uganda, brother.
So let me know in the comment section some of the places that you think are exciting in LA, and then I could go over there, take some videos for you guys and share them with you, as well as tips on the best way you can explore that place when you eventually visit. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, but generally speaking, the whole experience is really fun and it was totally worth it. You only have to do it once because it's a bucket list item. Also, the rides are so much fun. Like, of course, there's going to be some of them that some people are too scared to go on, and that's okay because there'll be a ride for every single person. So if you're too scared to go into some rides, there'll be some rides that you're going to be able to still enjoy. So if you have like heights, there are some rides that I think, of course, you wouldn't enjoy the most. For instance, I think the most scary for me was the Jurassic Park ride. Also, get ready to be wet if you take the Jurassic Park, but it was totally worth it. I loved it so much. The Harry Potter ride was also really so much fun. And I recommend you keep your eyes open because some of these rides have like 3D experiences and fun stuff they are showing you. So if you're too scared and your eyes are shut, you might not be able to enjoy like the full experience. Universal Studios is one of those places that I cannot get tired of going to. I actually think I'll look into getting a seasonal ticket. Oh, that's another hack, by the way. If you live in LA and you love Universal Studios, I recommend you just get a seasonal ticket instead of getting a one-time ticket, because a one-time ticket could be around $110, but then a seasonal ticket could be maybe like $150, and yet you could be able to go several times during the summer, you know. Yeah, so it was an amazing experience. Now, there are some of the rides where you're not allowed to go like with your bag, and in that case, you're given a place where to go and put like your bag, maybe your phone and anything you find precious. Now, this wasn't for paying for, you were free lockers. This was before going on to the Harry Potter ride. We're not allowed to go like with our bags because, you know, they could drop and, you know, you don't want to lose your phone and your pricey items. The experience was a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend you check it out the next time you come to LA, or if you know someone planning a trip here, make sure you let them know that it's a fun activity and, you know, they should take the time and do it. So thank you so much again for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, everything. Otherwise, till next time, bye.